It's that time, y'all. Time for Big Boys Boxing.
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me.
Kia ora team, and welcome back to Big Boys Boxing. So today we're going to preview and give a prediction for a couple of heavyweight fights. There are 4 heavyweight fights on this card, being George Kambosos and Maxie Hughes, but we're going to look at the 2 competitive or interesting ones, being Stephen Shaw v Joseph Goodall and Amron Sands v Ahio. So the first one, Stephen Shaw and Joseph Goodall, is going to be very interesting. So Stephen Shaw is 18-1 with 13 KOs. He is 6'4", 30 years of age. He has an 81-inch reach. Pretty long reach for a 6'4" guy. There are only probably 3 names you'd recognize on his record. His last fight being his points loss to Ahio Jugba that he thought he won, but he just didn't get enough output in that fight. Too conservative, and he paid the price. He's got a unanimous decision win over Rydell Booker, old ass Rydell Booker, and he stopped Joey DeWaco. Not many people have done that. So that was in the final round of the fight, being an 8-rounder. Now, in 2, Joseph Goodall. He is Australian. He's 9-1 with 8 KOs. He's got 1 draw on his record as well. He is 31 years of age, orthodox, 6'5.5", no registered reach. He's coming off a win. It was kind of a bounce back win over a guy called Arson Fossil, who was 4-1. He stopped him in 3 rounds, but the fight before that was a unanimous points decision loss to Justice Hooney. As we know, Justice Hooney doesn't hit that hard, but he's very athletic, has lots of punch selection, has pretty decent defense. So yeah, that was an interesting fight to watch. But Goodall, he fights high volume, a lot of pressure, throws big shots. He's not that accurate. His defense isn't that great. He's not the best boxer, but he's got a shitload of heart and a good chin. Stephen Shaw, very much a counter-puncher style. He'll wait for his opportunities. He has a habit of waiting too long. It's an interesting fight, this one, because I'm just wondering whether the pressure from Goodall is going to make Stephen Shaw not throw as much as he should, just like his last fight, or is it going to bring the best out of Stephen Shaw because Goodall's going to be there all the time throwing, the opportunities will be there, maybe we'll see some more volume from Shaw. So I'm going with Stephen Shaw on points for this one. But it's interesting. We'll see how we go. So, moving on to Amron Sands and Ahio. So, Eric Sands is 12-2 with 9 knockouts. He's been knocked out twice, once by Christian Thun in the first round and once by Alexis Garcia in the 3rd round. The Alexis Garcia knockout was a clean knockout. The Christian Thun knockout was he got stopped on his feet, overwhelmed with punches, and didn't answer back at the end of the 1st round. So he is 6'6". He has a reach of 78 inches. I've seen him box mainly out of southpaw, but he also boxes orthodox as well. So those are factors to think about. Now, Ahio. He is 20-1 with 15 knockouts. He is 32 years old. He's orthodox. He's 6 foot tall with a 73-inch reach. He's a very compact, powerful heavyweight. He is coming off a win. He beat Richie Stanley. Don't know the dude. He's 0-3. It was a comeback fight after his stoppage loss to Whainga Apilu in Australia. This was an upset, and to me, Hemi just really didn't look like himself in that fight. He usually comes out hard and fast, but he didn't, and he got stopped on his feet. It was a bit of a soft stoppage, but at the same time, he didn't give the referee an excuse not to stop it. He was standing there blocking a lot of punches, but taking punches at the same time. That was his first loss. So I had a lot of faith in Hemi as a small heavyweight, not to be a world champion, but to win that fight especially. And Django Apilu went ahead in his next fight and got stopped by Joseph Parker in the first round, so that says a lot. But if Hemi's half of the fighter that he was prior to this loss, he should beat Eric Sands. I mean, Eric Sands can box a bit, uses his jab, tries to keep the range a fair bit and use his size. He swivels and bends at the waist quite well, leans back and gets out of the way of shots, but doesn't seem to like the inside work much, and if he takes a big shot, he tends to just cover up and try and stay on his feet. I think if Hemi can get to the inside on this guy and unleash some of the big uppercuts and hooks, he should be able to get him out of there. He's very powerful. But I just don't know what headspace or physical state Hemi is in. Haven't heard a peep out of him since his loss to Whainga Django Apilu. So I would like to be picking Hemi in this fight. The boxer of Eric Sands being half a foot taller tells me that he should win this on points, but I don't trust Amron Sands' chin, so I'm going to go with Hemi Ahio. I'm going to go round 4 TKO. So to remind you, these fights are on the George Kambosos v Maxi Hughes undercard. There are also 2 other heavyweight fights on there. Jeremiah Milton, up and coming prospect, is taking on a somewhat journeyman, and Willie Harvey. Should be an easy points victory for Jeremiah Milton. There's also Ronnie Hines, who's 12-0-1, taking on a guy I don't know in Michael Piriton. He is 7-0, so worth looking into those as well. I'd expect Ronnie Hines to win that on points, even without looking at the other guy. But anyways, I hope you've enjoyed our preview and prediction for these couple of fights. If you have, make sure you hit that thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for good measure so you don't miss future content. That's it from me today. I'm Jono from Big Boys Boxing. I'll catch you in the next one, and I'm out. So